Hi guys, welcome to my Mazda RX-8 channel, and in today's video we're gonna be installing that rim and tire over there on that side and moving my Mazda RX-8 to a better type of place, because when I got it delivered it was not a starting Mazda RX-8, so I had them just park it over here because I wasn't sure if I could move it or not. And over here the ground is very slanted. Therefore, I need to get it to a nice and straight place so I could actually install the exhaust system and do a lot of other things to it. Well guys, it took a few cranks, but it's alive. And that is the most important thing. And I know what you guys are wondering. When is there going to be another compression test video now that things have started? Well, let me update you on the little process. It's going to come as soon as I install another alternator here and my belt. And it seems like I'm talking about this for a while now, but believe me, things are happening a lot quicker than the videos come out. Also, some things are happening during when it's rain that cannot be happening. Obviously, I cannot be working on a car when it's raining. Today, yesterday, and day before, well, 4 days of rain, that's what we had. And I had to basically kind of like deal with it. And right now, the most important thing was for me, get the car moved here where it's a little bit more flat. As you can tell, I live in the country, and I love it here. I got plenty of space to work and stuff, and but I don't have a garage yet. I mean, I do have like a garage that I turned into an office. Technically, I could have used it for that, but I need an office too because I do a lot of eBay stuff. But anyways, guys, while I have the car over here, here's the plan. I'm going to install alternator, belt, and I know everybody said that. Then we're gonna try to do a cold compression test, and then obviously I'll let the car warm up to the operating temperature, and we're gonna do a hot compression test. Along with that, I also think the steering column needs some adjustment because things are clicking, and I think steering shaft is out of whack. Even though I installed it and it seemed like I got all the bolts tight, it was a little bit messed up to begin with when I was actually getting the steering shaft installed. That little knuckle on one of the side, I had to spread it maybe about a quarter, like, well, not a quarter, maybe about like 3/16. I had to spread a little bit just so I could put it in, because whoever was putting it in really done a lot of damage to it, and it would not go groove for groove inside like this. So I needed to kind of get it in there and then lock things in. So I may just need to tighten things up a little bit. But I may also need to kind of remove a piece of it at the bottom and then adjust the steering wheel straight and then tighten up everything. But I thought everything was already tight good, but we were doing it at night, and well, I was. There's not a lot of light, and I was not on my own property, so I just wanted to get the steering wheel somewhat moving. I mean, it seems okay, but here's what I want to do. I mean, it seemed to me like before I moved the car that steering wheel was all the way to the right, and only then this wheel was straight. So I'm gonna remove the camera and show you guys exactly how that looks like. I haven't even looked myself, to be honest with you, right now that I parked it. So as you can tell, this wheel is straight. Now let's take a look at my steering wheel. Okay, well, it's straight. All right, so it's a little confusing. All right, I'm just gonna Let's see. What the heck? Seems like my steering... Okay. Doesn't always want to work. What the heck? Yeah, it looks like that's a little bit finicky. Okay. Anyways, surprise, surprise, you know? Lots of surprises in this car. So, we are neutral, obviously. Key is engaged. Let's try to move the steering wheel all the way to the right. I'm gonna have to put this on a tripod. Man, this car looks sexy. Okay. Alright, let's do this. I cannot even see my steering wheel, my wheel moving myself. So let's see what it's gonna do. So I'm turning it all the way to the right. Okay. Alright, seems like that worked. My steering wheel's all the way to the right. Alright. There's a little jump right here. Crinkety crink. I don't know if this is something in here underneath the steering wheel. It feels like it's right underneath here. It seems like somebody just slapped it on there. And this is where it's skipping. Well, looks like another thing I'm gonna have to fix. Right here. Look at that. There's a lot of movement, and I know what you could say, like ball joints, might be. I mean tie rods, might be. There's about a 4-inch play. Okay, so let's move it all the way to the left. Okay, that's all the way to the left. Stop, everything's good. Alright, that's straight, and my steering wheel's somewhat straight. Now I'm gonna show you how it's kind of acting broken. That's what I was talking about. I wasn't just sure what it was. Alright guys, take a look at this. What I'm gonna need to do is, before I remove it, I'm gonna have to pop my hood, have somebody or a camera look down in there at the actual whatever that little elbow thing is where you plug your steering wheel in, U-joint. Yeah, I think a U-joint. And just observe if it's slipping down there. But according to my hearing, it feels right in here. I don't know why that would be. Maybe this explains why somebody pulled off that steering shaft in the first place. But what I was told, they pulled the steering shaft over there at the bottom so that they could replace the spark plugs. Beats me. But I know one thing, the steering is important. Tie rods are important. I believe there's a recall on tie rods. I'll let you know. But I believe I heard something like that from you guys. Anyways, check engine light is back. Let's go ahead and scan it. By the way, right now, no alternators on. And guess what? It's not overheating. The arrow in the middle is slightly less than half. But here's what we're gonna do, guys. Right now, in this video, out of the blue, I'm gonna install my performance gauge and we're gonna read the temperature reading together to see exactly what those readings are. And please comment in the comment section of this video to let me know, what do you think the appropriate operating temperature is in actual numbers, according to what you're gonna actually see. I think it's like right around like, oh, never mind. I'm just not even gonna say it because I don't wanna really be wrong, because I'm not looking at the gauge myself. I can't remember what it actually gives me a reading now. So anyways, I'm plugged in here, and boy, it's steaming hot again outside. Like, look at me. And it's gonna be raining. Kind of crazy. South Carolina weather for you guys. Feels like Florida over here. It's very, very, very humid, and I sweat just by installing the tire, guys. Or not. Well, actually, since then I wiped my face, and still I'm just sweating like a pig right now. All right, crankshaft position sensor. Crankshaft position sensor. Why am I not surprised? But why am I still getting those codes? Why is it cranking over as long as it is? Why can't I just crank up? Can it be that I'm celebrating too early and maybe the apex seals are not as good as I thought they were? Maybe the compression readings are not as good as I thought they were either, because even though I done the compression test correctly, there was a couple things that was wrong with the test. Firstly, there was oil inside of the pistons left over from when I was spraying, just trying to get it started. So that would create somewhat more of a compression. Second of all, the starter was not even spinning fast enough. And I think this could affect the readings. And obviously doing it on a cold engine, you're gonna have better readings than on a hot engine, because engine expands when it warms up, and therefore apex seals need to spring up to life to seal them up. But at the same time, I'm thinking, well, that particular time when I was doing the compression test, I wasn't even getting any fuel, okay? So there was nothing, absolutely nothing helping the springs on the apex seal spring back to life. And at the same time, so that was not happening, and I needed to lubricate the engine somehow. So, this oil, engine oil, is 2 years old in here, so that's gonna need to be replaced. But when you're trying to get things started, I mean, I don't know if new engine oil will help it somewhat. I think it would, but look, we got it started with old engine oil. So let's see. I deleted those codes. Let's unplug this. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the performance tuner gauge, and I'll be back. All right guys, I got my tuner gauge. First, we need to plug it in to the OBD2. Okay, it's plugged in. Route it over here. First of all, what I want you to notice is the temperature gauge being less than half. You could clearly see that. And this is without no alternator and no belt to rotate the water pump. All right, so we got coolant temperature at 219 degrees. I mean, that seems kind of high, to be honest, but we would have to compare the readings, when I remove things. And look, it's kind of climbing. Boy, this is kind of crazy how this gauge just doesn't work. Well, anyways guys, we're just gonna leave it at that. So 221 degrees is what it's showing me. Looks like it just cut off, because I think we're losing some power because the battery's probably dying. But anyways, I'm gonna just turn the car off, let it cool down, start it up again, and we'll read the cold readings. Right now, guys, the car is off, and the fans obviously came on when it was a little bit above that, and it was showing me the readings just going down, but as you could see right now with the engine off, the coolant temperature is going down. Guys, it is so obvious that whenever you overheat this engine, it's really bad for them. And for Mazda just to install some crappy temperature gauge, I don't know, like, what were they thinking? This is kind of crazy if you think about it. Like, so I know some of you guys been saying in the comments below that you could just get, like, $5, $10 OBD2 Bluetooth type of reader with some app to see the temperatures on your phone at least. I think that's a good idea. That is definitely a cheap solution that you could do to know your temperature readings. This little tuner I got, they're worth like $500, and they were on sale $350. Maybe the price is actually $350, not $500. It's like, how sometimes companies, they like to overinflate things. But compared to Cobb, for instance, I mean, I kind of like this better personally. For just I'm gonna say, like, for somebody that's like not really into racing, but just wants to somewhat tune their car and know kind of like what it's doing, I think it's perfect for that, because cop tuners are very expensive and the tunes are expensive, and you cannot take it from vehicle to vehicle. It has to be married to that one specific vehicle, and then you have to deal with issues like unmarrying it. And when you buy it, you're buying it for that specific year. If you go up 1 year higher, well, that's it. You cannot use that cab unit, which is kind of crazy. So this little unit here, you could program it for any car. So if you bought it with a tune for Mazda, you could then, you know, call them up and get another tune. They'll email it to you. You just plug this into the computer. Well, they have a micro SD card reader. You plug that in to the computer, and then you just upload a new tune, which is fine if you're, let's say, like buying a totally different car. Or if you want a slightly newer Mazda RX-8, well, you could just tune it for that one. And this thing has some really cool features. Like, I mean, it even has a place where you could adjust your tire size. You could adjust your, for instance, turbo and stuff, and your speedometer. Like, all kinds of things that it has. And there's many different tunes on it depending on your setup. It asks you if you got, you know, like new spark plugs, new spark plug wires, and have you upgraded the exhaust, and is it a catback or full exhaust, you know, questions like that, so that it gives you the best possible tune for your car, which is still kind of, I would say, generic. But I'm kind of thinking maybe some of these tunes were tested in-house and maybe they perform good, and then they just memorized into the, you know, computer what tunes work best for that specific application. But I still think that, you know, car to car, it's going to be somewhat of differences, and you have to adjust it specifically to your car. So this is not going to do that. This is just going to do a generic tune that's going to work best for that specific application. As far as I could see, I'm pretty sure if you read company's description on this unit, they're probably going to promise the world, which I haven't read. So, but I still really like it. I think it's like V-Tune. So this is what I have, Volvo Performance Inc. VP16 type of tuner. They sell just one vehicle specific tune, which is like just a regular device you just plug into OBD2. You don't have no screen, like nothing, but maybe it's gonna cost you like 80 bucks for that. But I just like, you know, having something like this. This just gives me, you know, pretty good variety. I don't know if this reset button's working or not working. I just really don't understand. It seems like things are resetted, average fuel economy and stuff, but I'm not sure. I think I should get like a little pop-up saying something. So I'm not really sure what happened here. I need to contact the company and figure this out, because it's responsive in many areas. As you could see, like, it just really works great when you click on things, except that. I actually think it did reset. It just didn't really give me anything. Not really sure. But you could change all of these type of functionalities. Oops, let's see. I mean, it's showing me zeros as far as that goes. And we could look at the coolant, like 196. I'm not really sure where it's supposed to be, guys. I know I've recorded some videos with that. I have many videos in like what my temperature is. One of them I actually haven't even unlocked yet, because when my radiator started leaking, my temperature started going up. So I'm gonna review that footage right now really quick and figure out, you know, when it's overheating slightly, when it's a leaky radiator, what's it supposed to be doing. I just checked my own video, and looks like my temperature normally was 181 degrees. That's if I'm driving it. There's some wind going through the radiator, and things are still pretty good with good coolant. I remember it did go as much as 230 when I started, you know, like slightly like overheating. So I believe at this point, this is kind of happening to me right now, but the temperature gauge is just not showing that, and that is kind of like disappointing. And I know the same thing was happening on my automatic. Same thing. I could see it's you know, 230. I'm thinking that's a little high, because I know normally it was like 181, and you could just keep on driving like that until you overheat the engine. But with external gauge, you could at least see that that's not right, and you could just pull over and cool things down a little bit, and maybe add some fluid and just keep going. Obviously, you would need to resolve that issue if you have a leaky radiator. You just can't simply, keep driving like that. This is why I'm not driving that other Mazda RX-8 right now. I just installed a racing radiator on it, but what I'm going to be doing is since I'm making this car my daily, I'm going to pull that racing radiator off and I'm going to install it into this car. And I'm going to do all the performance mods to this one because it is a 6-speed manual. It's exactly what I wanted. But since this is going to be my car, this car is going to get a lot of stuff from that other one. I'm going to switch a lot of things over, guys. I'm changing the interior color and all the seats to my other one. I'm going to show you what my this is my automatic Mazda RX-8. Obviously, as you could see, it's pretty nice. The interior is in a lot better shape. Here's the steering wheel. I'm definitely going to install it. I mean, there's some, cuts like this and stuff like that, which I could definitely fix. But that other one has this leather completely peeled off. I'm going to be taking this screen, which is a Kenwood, and I'm going to basically install it into my other one. Also, this piece, I'm not sure if this is a, this can be removed by itself. If it can be, I'm going to swap this piece out. Possibly some other things because, if I have this car, I might as well just to use, some of the stuff from it. Because if I'm going to be selling it, then I want to get the best stuff out of it, if possible. This seat, at least it's not ripped. There's some of that going on, which I do have some leather dye, and I could fix it with that. I got some brown and black leather dye. It's got that little damage right there, which I believe that came from smoke. I think I could actually repair that, but yeah, it's I kind of like this color, to be honest with you. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for more videos on my channel. See you guys in the next video. I really appreciate all of you guys, from you guys subscribing and commenting on my videos. I'm really happy that this Mazda RX-8 community is growing on my channel. Thank you guys so much for that, and thank you for all your help. I will see you guys in the next video. And as you can tell right now, it's raining. Good thing I got a chance to move my car. So things are going in the right direction. So anyways, guys, see you later. Bye-bye.